Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. Welcome, welcome on a Monday night. I know this is kind of weird. We're usually live on Sunday, but I could not get it together yesterday. I tried. I really did. Just couldn't do it. I think I finished creating the last card around 9 o'clock last night. But we are ready to go today. I'm just sharing with the groups real quick so everyone can find us. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, let's see if anyone's coming on. All righty. Hopefully you'll find us okay. You'll see Tucker's joined us. He's back here on the love seat, making himself all cozy. Actually, I think he's sacked right out. He's napping well. Yes, he's the sleepy boy. Of course, I don't think he sleeps well when no one's home. So with husband at work and me at work, and then when I come home, he was all excited. So now he can rest easy. So anyway, welcome, welcome. Glad to see who could join us. Just say hello so I know you're here and who's hanging out with us. We're going to go through and do our quick housekeeping so that we can go ahead and get started. Because I want to be respectful of your time. I'm just going to switch the cameras around. There we go. So first thing, today is the very last day to get in on the All the Little Things Paper Pumpkin Kit. Today is April 10th. Can you believe it? I hope you all had a fabulous Easter. But anyway, we are now in the very last day for Paper Pumpkin, and then we'll be moving into the next new kit. And Stampin' Up! Will announce that to us tomorrow, and I will let you know what that new kit is. But this one is 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 matching envelopes. You're going to get iridescent foil die cuts, a shaded spruce ink spot, and of course a unique to this kit stamp set. The other cool thing about this particular kit is you're going to get this little insert in your box. It's going to be a free box organizer that will allow you to organize your ink spots. So I thought that was pretty neat. So definitely, if you want in on this particular kit, today is the deadline. You got to get in. Just wanted to remind everybody about the online exclusives. Again, you go to stampinup.com. You go to the online exclusive, you'll see kits, and then you'll see some of these really amazing add-ons that they have added to our offering. You will see more being added when the new catalog goes live. There'll be a couple of things that carry over from the annual and mini catalogs to the online exclusives. And then there'll be some other new things I'm hearing little scuttlebutts about. But, well, actually, they won't go live until I think new offerings for online will be in June. There's a schedule, and I don't remember exactly what that schedule is, but there will be an online exclusive, some more new things coming. So, again, the kits collection. My favorite is the birthday kit, and that is back in stock. Many of you are aware we have our last chance going on right now. Many things discounted up to 60% off. A lot of things have already sold out. I have been keeping the posted one. I have it pinned on the page, so it's the pinned post. You can see, hey, Miss Betty, so glad to see you. You can every evening I update it. So you'll be able to see, I highlight in yellow what is not, hey Arlene, not available anymore. So every evening it is updated so you'll know what's still available, what's not available. So you can check that pretty regularly and it will be up to date. Because as soon as each evening I look it up. What the heck do I have there? Oh, I don't know what that is. We'll get it out. Okay. So tonight we are featuring out of the mini catalog a really cool stamp set and die, which is a bundle. If I can get my hands on it. There's my. It is called The Ocean on the Ocean. Here it is. You have that old clipper type ship. We have some storm clouds. We have some waves. We have the little ship's wheel. We have birds. We have our little poison skull and crossbones. And then we have the sentiments. We can weather this together. You are a treasure. I'd be lost without you. Happy birthday. And hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. It is a red rubber stamp set. It has some amazing detailed dies to include our little waves here. And I've got some really cute cards for you tonight. So let's see. Card number 1. We kind of went with the brown tones. I am using the Retiring Sahara Sand there with our early espresso. Then we have here also using Retiring Soft Suede. This is our blue and white card. This one says happy birthday. This one I stamped on the inside. It says hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. And then this one just says happy birthday. And then my favorite, which is our double Z fold. We can weather this together. I am using, for this one, I pulled the Designer Series paper by the Bay from the By the Bay Suite. So I pulled this out again. We haven't used this in a little bit. But anyways, this is a double Z fold. I am going to change a couple things on this card tonight when we do it. But for the most part, it's going to look like this. But pretty cool. Hey, sis. All right. So we're going to start with this card here. And I'm going to change a little something on here too, and you'll see what I want to change. And then you're going to vote on another change that we might potentially make. So let me bring all my stuff in here. I've got my early espresso ink pad. I've got my Sahara Sand, which is retiring. I've got the Watercolor World. This is a background stamp. We're using this as well. Love, love, love this. As you can see, that's a really cool stamp. But we need our big block for that one. All right, so I'm going to start with pulling all of our parts and pieces out here, which we have quite a few. I have a card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and we have it scored at 4 1/4. We're going to fold on that score line and use our bone folder to burnish that. Like so. Then I have here a piece of the Sahara Sand. I did cut this 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to take our Watercolor World. And we're going to lay that on our very large block. Okay. I'm going to take my Sahara Sand and we're going to ink this up. Okay. That all inked nicely. And I forgot to bring over some scrap to use, but we're going to just use this here, what I have. And we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to lay my cardstock onto my little map. And then I'm just going to use this to help protect my fingers. And you're just going to give it some love. And there is our little map. Go ahead and put that back in, get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, so we have our map. So now we can go ahead and add that to our card base. And of course, I forgot to bring over my adhesive, so liquid it is. And that's going to lay on the center of our card base. Hey, Sue. Hey, Lori. So glad you ladies could make it. So there's our map of the world. And next, we're going to make a decision here. This is where we're going to make a decision on our waves. When I cut my waves out, I did the Sahara sand as the main part, and then I did the outline in the early espresso. I have this piece left over, and I went ahead and I glued these together, and I actually kind of like that. So do you think we should use that piece, or should I do the reverse and do the background in the early espresso with the outline in the Sahara sand, or do it exactly the way I did before? So 3 options. We could use this piece, cut it exactly the way we did, or reverse it. I'm going to give you a few minutes because I know I have a little delay here. So I'll see what you guys think. Do the new version. So this one, Lori, or cut it in reverse? You like the look on the left? Okay, Betty likes the left. So we have left, right, or reverse the left. Oh, so Lori likes right. Betty likes left. Arlene likes left. Okay, I think left is winning. So we're going to bring in our baby boss. Sue likes left. Okay, left is the winner. So how that works is we're going to start with our Sahara sand. And where did I put those dies? Oh, here they are. So you see we have 2, we got a lot of dies here. There's 2 of the waves. This one here cuts out the detailed outline piece. But what I do like is you can, like I said, use the different parts, because as you can see, I used my leftovers and did this as well. So that's definitely something you could use. That would look really pretty in shades of blue, like navy and maybe balmy blue together, for a look. So just something to keep in mind. This is definitely something that would be fun to play with. So this one here gives us the bigger, chunkier look. So now I gotta, how did I do that? All right. So I have my paper backed with the adhesive sheet, because I wasn't sure which one was going to be my detailed piece, but both of them are backed, so it'll work out really good. All right, so we're just going to do about maybe a little less than half of this, and put our top plate on. And I apologize, I'm moving everything around here and I'm not in the camera. There we go. Maybe. Thank you for sharing, Sue. I appreciate that. Okay, we got to get this. There we go. Get up there. All right. There. And now just run that through. So here is the piece that I used. But again, this piece is very usable. But I'm going to set that aside and use it for another project. So there's that piece. I just ordered some more magnet sheets so I can stop struggling with these dies too. All right. And now we're going to bring back the Baby Boss. Set that. Plates. Again, I have my adhesive sheet. We're going to place our wave. And hopefully, there we go. You just pull all this out. And like I said, the leftovers you could use for another card. Just carefully, there we go. So that could easily be used. So can this, so you have two pieces that you could use for future waves. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back both of these pieces. We're going to remove the backing paper, if I can get it started. There we go. And then that just lays just like so. Easy peasy. And then where it hangs off, just do a little snip. And there's your outlined wave. And then we have our adhesive sheet on the back here. So this one I can easily I say easily, there we go. Get that off. Then bring back our card base. And this is going to lay right at the bottom of that front panel. Like so. Now, I went ahead and I die cut the bottom of our ship. And I do have my dimensionals here. And he's just gonna go here like so. And this is the other thing. I am gonna reverse how I cut the sails, because I have this brown early espresso in the back, which is going to be in the back anyway, but I want the mast or whatever that piece is there to also be in these little things here, to be in the brown early espresso. So I'm just going to reverse, and then the brown will be in the back and we'll still have the Sahara sand in the front. So we're going to cut this piece in Sahara sand, this piece out of the early espresso. So we're going to bring the Baby Boss back in. Oh no, I mean, you can stamp the waves. I stamped, did I stamp them? On this card here. This card has the waves stamped. They're a little bit whirly swirly, but stamped nonetheless. All right. Run this through. So there's one set of the and then we're going to bring this one in. Come on. Get everything lined up. There we go. Cannot wait for my new magnets to come, because these dies are not on magnets. Drives me crazy. All right, get these little pieces out. I think this will look better with the. So then we're just going to add a little glue. Then dimensionals. Oh, hey, Deb. So now we can go ahead and add this to our card. And I did kind of put it off at an angle there so it wouldn't hang off the top of our card. So it'll still go into an envelope. Then I have a piece of Very Vanilla. This is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that we are going to stamp where is it? Hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. Did I bring over a block? Well, we'll have to do this. I'm going to take this one off for a minute. Okay. Get that on there straight. Let's try. There we go. Early espresso ink. Hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. Then I'm going to take that little ship's wheel, ink that up, and that will go there. Close up that early espresso. Set that aside. And we're just going to add a little adhesive to this. And it's going to be liquid glue since I forgot to bring over my Seal Plus. That goes on the inside. Just like so. And there is, oh, I stuck my, I guess that's part of the image. Huh. Just smeared a little there. All right, there we have it. Card number 1. I thought I smudged, but that's actually part of the islands. That must be Hawaii right there. And then we have Alaska, but it looks like Alaska did get smudged to just a smudge, but can't tell too much. But there you have it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sue. I'm glad you like it. Set those aside. Next up is going to be this one here. This is our Night of Navy card. So this one here, our happy birthday. Pull that one out. So that one we have, wait a minute, is this the right one? Uh-oh. I used Night of Navy for the other one too, and I just need to make sure. Yes, this is the right one. Get the wrong card kit here. Okay, so this is the right one. So we have here a Night of Navy card base. Oop, don't want to lose my little flag. So we have Night of Navy. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So let's stuff aside. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Then I have 2 basic white pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. One for the inside, one for the outside. So for the one for the inside, we'll go ahead Add our adhesive and stick it in there. So we're going to get that in there. Just like so. So that's in. Tucker's digging for gold. I think he thinks he buried something in the couch. All right. This layer is also going to be attached. I'll have to tell you a funny story. The other day, I came home from work and I took him out, just like we always do. That's the first thing we do when Mama comes home is we go out so we can take care of business. Well, then he comes in and he always gets a T-R-E-A-T. I can't say it or we'll be haunted to the rest of the evening. So anyway, he comes in, I give him his T-R-E-A-T, and he immediately runs over to his little basket where he's got his blanket and he drops it. And I hear him drop it or something. He's doing something with it. He always buries his T-R-E-A-Ts. Always. Well, we have a heat run right next to where he was playing. Well, he kept pawing at the heat run and he's going tink, 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 tink. So I get up thinking, well, he lost it underneath the heat run. So I look for it. I don't see it under there. And I tell him he must have lost it someplace else. Go play. Go do something. Stop doing that. Wouldn't listen. Kept pawing at it, pawing at it, pawing at it. So I look again. It is not there. It's not there. Go play and stop irritating me, basically. Well, he would not give up. So then I thought, well, must be in his little bed. He must have lost it in there because it's not under there. As much as he wants to think it is not. So, okay, I have the little, these are the waves. And I've got my Night of Navy ink pad. So we're going to go ahead and stamp our waves on. This measures 3 inches by 4 inches, this basic white. And I have a piece of Night of Navy that's going to back it that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So anyway, I said it must be in his little bed there. He must have lost it in there. So I pull the blanket out. I kid you not. There must have been 30 TREATs buried in that blanket. 30 of them, easily. He had them buried in different layers of that bed blanket. I was like, seriously, little dude? But I did not find the TREAT that he dropped. So he continues to paw and scrape and scratch and whine. So finally, I get the flashlight. I look. He dropped it between there's like little slats in the heat run. So he knew exactly where he dropped it. He just couldn't get it. And he needed me to be smart enough to figure out where it really was. I'm stamping this a second time. Just kind of like layering them just to get a little bit of extra rolling water going on there. So OMG, he 30. So then, of course, he was all discombobulated because I found them and touched them. And that was quite an evening. 30 of them. Like, who does this? Tucker. My husband kind of jokes and says that he's waiting for doomsday. He's going to have food while the rest of us are all starving to death because he hoards things like his TREATs. So stamped happy birthday in the Night of Navy. Yes, Arlene, he is a smart dog, but sometimes he's almost too smart. There are times he actually scares me. He's my little ham for sure. Yeah, he's got a stockpile, all right. And he's funny. He'll run around the house with them sometimes, and you can see the wheels are turning on where he's trying to decide where he's going to hide them. And he will spend, that's the other thing. I mean, we laugh at him, but because this dog has never gone outside and dug a hole in his life. Never. But he will walk around this house and he will find a spot and he'll actually, his little paws will go a million miles an hour like he's digging a hole. And then he'll drop his TREAT and he'll take his little nose and he's like flipping dirt over it. And if he sees that you see him doing it, he gets all in a tither and he'll run off again because now we got to find a new hiding space because you cannot see what he just did. Once it's buried, you can't see it. We go to bed, we have to check under our pillow before you go to sleep because there's going to be something under one of our pillows. Thank God he doesn't like find gross things. It's just his TREATs. He likes my husband's pillow more. But I have had to clean him out from my pillow. He's a crazy one for sure. And then, of course, my husband tells me, well, you picked him. I did. But he's my heart. I love him dearly. I wouldn't change a thing. All right. Now I have a scrap of basic white. And we're going to find our ship again. There it is. And we have soft suede ink. So we're going to ink up our ship. And there's that. He is a good boy, but he's definitely good for some laughter. There's no doubt about it. We spend more time laughing at him than anything. But he's got this thing for hiding his, most dogs gobble them up. Not him. He's saving his for a rainy day. All right, now I gotta get my die there that cuts this little ship out, which is, of course, at the bottom of the container. Oh, just... So now, just gonna get that lined up. He's a trip, Aunt Sherry. He really is. He has some good ones, that's for sure. Of course, my die shifted a little bit, but that's all right. That's why we use Post-it notes, and I forgot to bring those over. So, consequences. All right, so there's our little ship. And then I went ahead and did this ahead of time. I did cut, there's 2 of these little flag dies in the die set. And I did use one to cut a Night of Navy flag, and I'm just going to use a mini dimensional. Get that. And really? There we go. So there's our flag, and there's card number 2 all set. Oh no, he hides his forever. But now if he thinks you're going to take it, then he'll eat it. Because it's his, and he will eat it before you can take it. But if he can hide it, he'd rather do that. He's just a funny little dude. That's all I can say. We spend more time laughing at him than we do anything. All right, now we're on to our fun fold. So this one, we're gonna need, I have a half sheet of Night of Navy. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to do some scoring on that. And I also have another piece that is 7 inches by 3.5. So that also needs to be scored. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer so we can do our scoring. So we're going to start with our 8.5 by 5.5 piece. And we're going to score this at 2 1/8. So that will be between the 2 inch and the 2 1/4. So it'll be right about there. Our first score line. And then we're going to score at 4 1/4. So 4 1/4. Right there. So there's that one. So we're going to, let me put this out of the way. We'll do this one piece at a time so you can see. So we scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So we're going to fold on the 4 1/4. Use our bone folder to burnish that. And then on the 2 1/8, we're going to fold back. Okay. So there's your Z fold. But this is a double Z fold. So now we have the 7 inch by 3.5. And we're going to score this at 3.5. And 5 5/8. So that would be right between the, wait a minute. Yeah, between the 5.5 and the 5 3/4. So it'd be that 1/8 mark right there. Okay. So now this, again, you're gonna score, fold on the 3.5, and you're gonna fold back on the 5 5/8. Like so. And then once we're ready, that'll attach like so. So you have your double Z fold. But like I said, there's a couple things I'm going to change. Like these two Sahara sand, I'm going to make the designer series paper. The rest of this will remain the same. So just a little bit of a change. After I got it done, I was like, don't like it. So next I don't need those anymore. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 4 by 5 3/8. Yes. And then I have a piece that is, or 2 pieces that are 2 inches by 5 3/8. I have a piece of Sahara sand. This measures 3 1/4 inches, right? Yeah, 3 1/4 inches square. And then the designer paper is 3 inches square. And then I have a couple pieces of Sahara sand. This is 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then I have 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I have a little scrap for die cutting our little cross skull and crossbones there. Scrap piece of basic white for our stamping and die cutting. And now we just have to piece everything together. So let's start here. Add this piece. Again, I changed some of this up just a little bit. I think this will look nicer, but you'll be able to vote. We'll do it this or that when this is over. So this, I'm gonna go here. This goes on the inside here. And then this one is going to go on the outside here. Oop. So there's that. Then we need this piece. Let's add the designer paper to our Sahara sand layer. Oh, come on. There we go. Then these layer in like so. So I'm going to go ahead and these. This one has some, a few extra pieces in it, but it really is not a difficult card. It really is pretty simple. It's just keeping all your pieces straight. Get that on there. Oop. Glue's a little slippery. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and add on this piece, and then just like that. There we go. Hold that in position for just a minute. I love this paper. I'm sad to see it retire. I'm surprised, though, it hasn't sold out yet. As of this last time I looked, we were still good. Oop. What do we do here? Oop, got a little adhesive here. This is where you got to be careful. Oh. I'll have to get some adhesive remover and get that off there. When I wiggled, I ended up with sticky. You don't want it to stick there. But anyway, that's your, and this is where you would write your message right here. So now we're just going to go ahead. We need our Knight of Navy. We need our ship. And you know, while you have that out, we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Okay. Bring back the baby boss. We need the see if I can't. Nope. Yep. Ooh, not bad. All right, so that's that. And then, well, we can go ahead and add this. I just kind of put that over here to the side. And then I have this little scrap piece of Sahara sand. We need the little crossbones and skull. And for him, we're just going to take just a smidge of glue. Like that. And then we can weather together. Just going to cut that out. And then the thing I don't really like to do is fussy cut, but I couldn't find anything that worked. I mean, originally I cut it out with I punched out using the postage label, but that even seemed too awkward and bulky. So fussy cut it was. And let's do and there is card number 3. So you can vote on this with the Sahara sand or that with the designer paper. So which do you prefer? This or that? Let's see. Well, thank you, Miss Betty. The designer paper. Arlene likes the designer paper. I think I do too. All right. So, recap. We have our happy birthday in white and blue. We have our trip around the world here with our early espresso and Sahara sand. And then, of course, we have our Z fold. Well, thank you, ladies. I do appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Miss Betty. Ladies, I really, truly appreciate you coming to hang out with me on a Monday night and giving me the grace there for yesterday being Easter. I just couldn't pull it together. I bit off more than I could chew as far as trying to cook and do all the things. So again, I appreciate you giving me that grace and coming to hang out with me on a Monday night. I hope you have a fabulous week ahead, and I am excited to see you again on Sunday. Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.